central New York. 4.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And that chilly weekend is behind us and warmer temperatures ahead.
Yeah, that's right. We've got clouds start out today, sunshine will peak out this afternoon, and feeling a little warmer out with temperatures in the 40s. In fact, starting out this morning, looking at temperatures already in the low 30s. Not too bad of a start. 35 degrees officially in Rome with, as you can see here, cloudy skies all across New York State. But these morning clouds will slowly diminish as the afternoon progresses on. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Things are pretty quiet. In fact, overnight, however, we saw a round of some light snow. Some locations, due to the dry air near the surface, didn't actually see any snowfall at all. But regardless, today it's looking out to be a dry one with temperatures starting out again in the 30s, warming up into the mid to upper 40s by this afternoon. Sunshine this evening. Warmer temperatures begin to arrive as we head into tomorrow and Wednesday, but also will those rain chances as we expect a sharp cool down Wednesday into Thursday. Beyond that, temperatures looking to warm up yet again. We'll look at that full forecast in detail straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Utica police are warning residents.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Monday, everyone. Time now to look at your morning and evening commute cast. First off, we've got no travel impacts across central New York on the roadways. Drive times still looking pretty average, 18 to 20 minutes along I-90 east and west. Route 12, at least arterial, 790 to 840, about a 5 to 6 minute drive time. And thirdly, on wrong 5S east and west and 49 east and west, same thing. Drive times looking typical. Average speed on 5S, 50 to 55. On Route 49, 62 to 64 miles per hour. Heading out to work today, mostly cloudy skies, not looking at any travel impacts heading out the door. Temperatures above freezing, no frost. Maybe a dusting of snow in some spots to brush off, but a lot of areas didn't actually see any of that snowfall overnight last night. But this evening, decreasing clouds, sunshine peeking out again, completely dry weather. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Looking ahead now, Woods Valley over.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Monday morning, everyone. We are entering the final week of February. Believe it or not, we're entering March by the end of the week. But for now, we're tracking dry and a mild start to your week. Taking a live look at downtown Utica right now. Overcast skies, quiet conditions. Again, it's dry. Temperatures starting out in the low to mid 30s, 35 with cloudy skies officially in Rome. Feels like 29 with an eastern wind of 7 miles per hour. But again, it is feeling a little more mild than we saw, especially on Saturday. But the cold days are not over with just yet. We're still in the wintertime, so we're going to be still seeing a few days that are going to be on the chillier side, especially later on in the week. More on that in just a minute. But throughout the day today, temperatures quickly climb into the low 40s, mid 40s by this afternoon across the Mohawk Valley. Clouds starting out overcast with a few breaks possible, especially in the late afternoon to early evening. And again, winds a little breezy today, between 5 and 10 miles per hour, keeping things feeling a little cooler. But again, that sun will definitely help out for today. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We're seeing, of course, quiet conditions right now. A few light flurries and drizzle south of Ithaca. If that is even reaching the ground, we still have a lot of dry air near the surface. But the bigger picture, we've seen a frontal boundary push through the area overnight, producing some isolated snowfall here and there. But the main story is we are drying out for today as these clouds continue to decrease by the morning and early afternoon, warming up temperatures as high as the mid to upper 40s. This evening, looking at mostly clear to partly cloudy skies, lows falling down into the low 30s. And then by tomorrow, even warmer. A stronger south wind brings those temperatures up into the 50s. And that we're not done with it just yet. We could be reaching near 60 by Tuesday evening before things turn a bit more unsettled. A few spotty rain showers heading into early Wednesday morning. Then another warm day on Wednesday afternoon with high temperatures possibly reaching again near 60. But then a sharp cool down. Look at this temperature right here, 61 Utica. Then as the evening progresses, 43 by 6 p.m. Then down to the 30s and 20s as a sharp cold front cools things down fairly quickly, and it could produce the possibility of a flash freeze. But for today, across central New York, enjoy the quiet weather, dry conditions, temperatures in the 40s tonight. Lows falling down into the 20s and 30s with mostly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast. Again, winds pick up Wednesday, 59 for the high. Would not be shocked if we reach 60 again. And then a sharp cool down into the 20s by Thursday, and we rebound back into the 40s and 50s by next weekend.
Another one-day dip.
Yeah, one-day dip. We're seeing them at least the past 2 weeks, cold and then warm again.
Yeah. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:19. New this morning, scientists are getting a little worried about the levels of space pollution. A new study shows that up to 10% of particles in the upper atmosphere now contain bits of metal. That vaporized metal comes from rockets or satellites falling out of orbit and burning up. But with tens of thousands of satellites set to launch in coming years, scientists are concerned about how they will all affect the ozone layer and the Earth's climate. Well, we've learned natural disasters forced nearly 2.5 million Americans from their homes in 2023. That's according to estimates from a new Census Bureau survey. But the number of people displaced last year is less than the year before. There were 28 natural disasters in 2023, far surpassing the previous high of 22 such events in 2020. And get this, the driest place in the country is now home to a mysterious lake that has lasted much longer than expected. The lake appeared at Death Valley National Park after Hurricane Hilary drenched the area last August. Ever since, it has been captivating park rangers, visitors, and researchers. At its peak, it was about 6 miles long and 3 miles wide. Several recent storms helped keep the lake pretty full. The time right now is 5:20, still ahead of 6th, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And a very chilly weekend it was, but things are starting to warm up.
Yeah, that's right. This morning, not too bad of a start. Temperatures in the 30s, in some cases a little warmer. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at those temperatures across central New York. Out in Syracuse, actually a 41-degree start. So it is a very mild start to the final week of February. Believe it or not, it is coming and going as soon as the year started. As a matter of fact, we are roughly 15 to 16% through the entire year so far. Now, a live look for Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. All is quiet this morning. We're tracking a few flurries and some light drizzle south of central New York, but of course none of that is reaching our local area. And over the next 12 hours, again, as Gary mentioned, high temperatures could climb as high as the mid to upper 40s with decreasing clouds, some peaks of sunshine this evening with warmer weather surprisingly on the way by tomorrow and Wednesday. We're tracking that plus a sharp cool down this week. We'll let you know exactly when and how cold it gets coming up. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Decision 2024 now. The candidates.
Welcome back. Showcasing our weather photo of the day this morning. This one is of a beautiful shot of the full moon in Miller's Mills in Herkimer County, sent in by Casey. And this one is called the snow moon, the last full moon of February, and it's going to be the last full moon of the season. Our next full moon will be in springtime on March 25th. I'm going to show you just how quickly this season is at least advancing across central New York. Our temperatures throughout the day today, you can see here, climbing as high as the mid to upper 40s here in Utica before we cool down back into the 30s as we approach the evening and overnight hours. But even warmer temperatures are on the way. As a matter of fact, highs in the 50s for tomorrow and Wednesday. But then we cool down. A sharp cold front brings a potential for a flash freeze on Thursday, going from the 50s down into the 20s, but rebounding fairly quickly into the 40s by Friday and Saturday. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Focusing on the economy now, food prices.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Monday morning, everyone. As we enter the next few days, we'll be seeing roller coaster weather conditions with a sharp cool down. But for now, let's enjoy the quiet and dry day expected this morning and this afternoon. A live look at downtown Utica from our Nexus camera. Overcast skies, but you can see here dry conditions. Temperatures starting out this morning in the 30s in the Mohawk Valley with a moderate breeze of 5 to 10 miles per hour from the east, cooling things down into the 20s with those feels-like temperatures. But regardless, by this afternoon, we do climb into the upper 40s, mid to upper 40s in the lowest elevations, into the upper 30s to low 40s as you head to those hilltops. Wind speeds between 5 and 10 miles per hour today, remaining entirely dry. And in fact, clouds will decrease from overcast to a few passing clouds with more sunshine moving in as we approach the evening hours. And on the radar right now, again, quiet conditions. We're still looking at some flurries and light drizzle south of central New York, passing the area to the southern tier. But again, here locally, things are looking quiet. Bigger picture, we saw a frontal boundary push through overnight. Some locations could have seen a light dusting of snow, but for the most part, at least here in the valley, looking entirely dry. There's a lot of dry air near the surface. But heading to the future, because we're going to be talking about the potential for a flash freeze this week. Again, today, it's a bit on the mild side, 40s by February standards. Cooling down into the 30s by tonight, mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. Warmer weather tomorrow. A strong southerly wind brings in that at least southeastern-like temperatures into the 50s by around noontime. We could reach 60 degrees in the lowest elevations, but the dry weather comes to an end by tomorrow evening. Weather turns a bit unsettled. We have a few spotty rain showers heading into the overnight hours. Wednesday, same story. 48 for the start. A mild start, warming up to the upper 50s to as high as the low 60s again on Wednesday. But take a look at the sharp temperature difference. 61 potentially by 5 p.m., 43 by 6 p.m., into the 30s, and then 20s by Thursday, early Thursday morning with lake effect snow. So a huge difference. A lot of rain could fall and then washing away the treatment on the roads and then freeze over. So that's why we're concerned about the potential for a flash freeze by early Thursday morning. But for today, again, it's quiet. 40s, decreasing clouds tonight. Into the 30s with mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. 7-day forecast. Again, 50s for tomorrow. We're starting out dry with a few spotty rain showers in the evening. We turn more unsettled Tuesday evening and into Wednesday. Winds pick up, and then we cool down. Again, 50s down into the 20s, potentially teens, and then back up into the 40s by Friday and Saturday. And so far, the Heart Run and Walk, it's looking dry.
Wow.
And not too bad for those temperatures.
Yeah, look at that sunshine.
Yeah, 40s too.
Ooh, looks pretty good. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:51. Still 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Monday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And not too bad of a bus stop forecast for the kids as they return to school today.
Yeah, not too bad. Unfortunately, all good things come to an end. I know after winter break, I was not excited to go back to school, but it's not bad out this morning. In fact, those temperatures as you head out the door in the 30s. Some locations out in western New York, a little warmer, but Syracuse, one of the warmest spots, 41 degrees, heading out to parts of Onondaga County. But here locally, a little cooler, but also looking pretty dry. And the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, we're tracking a system to the south. In fact, the remnants of that frontal boundary producing a few light snow showers and drizzles. Some locations potentially light freezing drizzle, but again, here locally things are dry and expected to remain dry for the entire day as those temperatures climb into the mid to potentially upper 40s by this afternoon and this evening. Decreasing clouds, sunshine peeking out this evening. And not only that, but we're warming up even more as we head into tomorrow and Wednesday as highs approach near 60. But then looking at a sharp cool down by the middle of the week. We'll let you know exactly how cold it gets and the risks with that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Utica police are warning residents about an increase.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. Happy Monday. To start out your work week, we are looking at temperatures in the mid-30s and overall a completely dry day. No impacts on the roads, no accidents to report all across the Mohawk Valley and as well as north and south. Those drive times, I-90 east and west looking normal. Same thing along the arterial as you head to and from 790 to 840 and back. 5S, Utica to Mohawk and back, still looking at average speeds between 50 and 55 miles per hour. Road conditions looking good as well. And lastly, Route 49, Utica to Rome, looking at drive time still typically with the 10 to 11 minute range. Heading to work today, looking at mostly cloudy skies. Again, a dry start, warm enough. We're not really seeing any frost on the windshields. Maybe some locations did see a dusting of snow, but again, the valley looking dry. This evening, same story. Dry weather with decreasing clouds. Maybe keep those sunglasses handy as you might encounter some sunshine. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Looking ahead now, Woods Valley over in Westernville.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Monday, everyone. The work week is starting out a bit mild, and by mild, we're talking about compared to normal February temperatures. Currently at 35 or so degrees at Griffiths and Rome, and a live look at downtown Utica. Again, dry weather with generally overcast skies as these clouds will gradually diminish as the afternoon continues on. Again, 35 feels like 29 with a 7-mile-per-hour wind from the east. Also to mention, too, that sunrise getting earlier, and we also have those sunsets before 6 p.m., so that twilight continuing a little bit longer in the evening. These days are getting longer and longer, faster and faster. Throughout the day today, those temperatures do climb from the 30s into the mid to upper 40s by this afternoon. Winds, again, looking a bit on the light breezy side, not too bad, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds throughout the day. And regarding clouds, again, generally overcast this morning. These clouds become hit or miss with peaks of sunshine this afternoon and more sunshine expected right before sunset. But a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, a live radar looking entirely quiet here in central New York this morning. Overnight, however, a frontal boundary produced the potential for 1 or 2 spots of some dustings of snow. But as you can see here, the frontal boundary has since passed our area to the south and east. But to our Skycast, because although we're dealing with mild weather for the next couple of days, there'll be a sharp change heading into Wednesday night. Today, temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 40s with some sunshine, decreasing clouds this evening, partly cloudy to mostly clear skies tonight as overnight lows fall down into the low 30s. Tomorrow, even warmer, a strong south wind brings in those southeastern warm temperatures, climbing into the 50s by around noontime, potentially the low 60s in the valley, but then things turn more unsettled. We're talking about a few spotty rain showers Tuesday evening into early Wednesday. Then Wednesday, again, spotty showers with the warmer temperatures. There's a potential for a few rumbles of thunder as we head into Wednesday evening. Temperatures climbing again close to 60 degrees, but take a look at this temperature drop right here. 61 in Utica, then 43 by 6 p.m., about an hour difference, and then down into the 30s and 20s and could reach the teens by early Thursday morning. So with this, there is a good potential for a flash freeze as rain washes away the treatment on the roads, and then the roads will freeze over with the wet conditions. Just a heads up for that as we approach the middle of the week. But for today, across central New York, enjoy the 40s. Enjoy some of the sunshine this evening as well. Tonight, looking at mostly clear to partly cloudy skies, lows in the 30s. 7-day forecast. Again, windy for Wednesday, a sharp cool down Thursday, and as we head into this coming weekend in the Heart Run and Walk, it's looking dry. We're monitoring a coastal system that will bring rain, but it should pass us to the east right now. But again, at this point, it's looking dry and pretty mild.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I love your big TVs back there now.
Oh yeah, I'm loving these. I can see the radar, I can see the satellite. It's a lot bigger, and of course, hopefully it's easier for some of you guys to see the tools we have in the background.
That's for sure. Eric, thanks. And be sure to like us on Facebook. 6/2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And bundle up those kids, but not as much as if they had to go this weekend. Man, it was chilly out.
Yeah, it was cold. Saturday, it was bone-chilling cold. Sunday, not too bad. Still a good amount of a breeze, but this morning, a little warmer as you head out to the bus stop. Again, those temperatures in the 30s. A look at the temperatures across New York State. A little warmer as you head out to parts of Syracuse, 41, Hamilton at 32 degrees, Binghamton looking at 36, Watertown at 41 to the north. And a live look at the radar. Again, things are completely dry across central New York this morning. Generally overcast skies are continuing over the next few hours, but these clouds will diminish as we look at partly sunny skies late this morning. Partly cloudy skies by this afternoon, and even more peaks of sunshine before sunset. High temperatures climb into the mid to upper 40s, but that won't be the warmest we're going to be seeing as we head into tomorrow and Wednesday. It could reach near 60, but after that, we're tracking a sharp cool down that could have some travel impacts. We'll let you know exactly why and when straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Decision 2024 now. The candidates for president.
Good morning, welcome back. Your weather photo of the day on this Monday is a photo submitted over the weekend of the full moon. Great weather to view that with the overnight hours, seeing clear skies. And this one it was at Miller's Mills, sent in by Casey. Now this one is called the snow moon, the last full moon in February, and it will be the last full moon of the winter season. Our next full moon will be on the 25th of March, of course, after the first day of spring. So last full moon of the winter. If you want to submit a photo like this, anything in the sky, looking at some snow showers, a view of the winter scene, anything of that sort, you can send it to wktv.com/weather/pics. Temperatures today climbing into the upper 30s, eventually the mid to upper 40s by this afternoon before things cool down a little bit tonight. But the main story of the temperatures this week will be near 60 Tuesday and Wednesday. A sharp cool down early Thursday, potential for a flash freeze there, but it warm back up into the 40s by Friday and Saturday. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Focusing on the economy now. Food prices are the
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, welcome back. Happy Monday, happy start to the work week, and of course, happy final week of February as March is right around the corner. But for now, as the days get closer to the first days of spring, we're looking at an earlier and earlier sunrise. Look at the central New York area, way up in space from the GOES satellite. We, of course, see a few clouds in the sky. Temperatures still in the 30s, that sunrise time, 6:48. The day's getting longer and longer. But you can see a few clouds, keeping things relatively cloudy for the start of your day, but we're seeing a nice, at least faint orange tint in that sunrise, those clouds out to the east early this morning is a live view from our Nexus camera on downtown Utica. Our temperatures this morning in the 30s, 37 Mike in New Hartford, 36 Bob in Clinton, Todd out in Westdale checking in with 33 degrees. Bill and Sean up in the North Country, 31 and 32 degrees, and in the Southern Valleys, Stewart and Cooperstown, 35. Scott and Evanston with 33 degrees. Diane and West Lawrence checking in with 34. Tom and Lawrence with 33. Same with Mark and Milford. And lastly, Pat and Skenevis with 34 degrees. And the radar, it's looking quiet after a push of some light, spotty snow showers overnight. Produced a dusting of snow in some locations, but here in the valley, at least a lot of parts looking entirely dry. And you can see that system right here. Beyond that, things are looking pretty dry for this morning, this afternoon, and this evening as temperatures will continue to climb from the 30s into the 40s, mid to upper 40s in the valley for highs. A little cooler as you head up into the North Country along that frontal boundary with temperatures in the 30s. Tonight, looking pretty quiet, 30s for temperatures, and then tomorrow, we're seeing that strong southerly wind bringing those warmer temperatures, warming up into the 40s, eventually 50s, and depending on the amount of sunshine, could reach the low 60s. But things turn more unsettled by Tuesday evening with a few spotty rain showers that could produce a rumble or two of thunder. We can't rule out a thunderstorm heading into Wednesday itself. Even warmer on Wednesday, some temperatures could reach as high again as the upper 50s to low 60s, but the main concern will be Wednesday evening. Take a look at this right here. Upper 50s, low 60s in the valley, then within an hour into the 40s, and then overnight, a sharp cold front cools things down into the 20s and eventually teens, and that could cause a potential for a flash freeze and, of course, icy roadways by early Thursday. But again, today across central New York, quiet conditions, highs in the 40s. Tonight, lows in the 30s with mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. 7-day forecast, winds pick up Wednesday. Again, we're tracking the potential for a flash freeze into Thursday, but it's only short-lived. We've got 20s on Thursday, back into the 40s on Friday, and the early preview of the Heart Run and Walk, it's looking dry. We're monitoring a coastal rain system out to the east, but again, mild with temperatures in the 40s.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Yeah, nice 50-year anniversary.
That's for sure. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 6:51. Still ahead on.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And after a chilly weekend, the warm-up begins, and we're looking at a pretty decent today and tomorrow, right?
Yeah, that's right. We've got warmer temperatures today in the 40s, even warmer for tomorrow. And in fact, this morning, even though it's in the 30s, it's a mild start by February standards. And look at those current conditions across central New York. Morning clouds, 35 in Rome, 30 Hamilton, already 40 degrees out in Syracuse. But we're seeing some sunshine out in western New York. That sun will progressively move into central New York as the morning continues on. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. After some spotty snow showers overnight, things have dried out and expected to remain dry for the majority of the day today, including the majority of tomorrow. But that's when things turn a little bit more unsettled. We'll get into that in a few short minutes. But again, for today, temperatures starting out in the 30s, warming up into the 40s by this afternoon, decreasing clouds, warmer weather tomorrow and Wednesday, then a sharp cool down. There's a potential for a flash freeze. We'll let you know exactly when that occurs and the impacts of a flash freeze straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Utica police are warning residents about an
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Happy Monday. As we start out the work week, it's a bit on the mild side. Temperatures in the 30s, warming up, though, into the 40s by this afternoon. As you can see behind me, the snow deficit still continues on. Live like an Oneonta right now, 34 degrees, a very nice shot of the sun overtaking those early morning clouds. And as you can see here, those temperatures from all across central New York, a pretty common trend in the low to mid 30s. 37 with Mike in New Hartford, Bob in Clinton 36, Todd out in Westdale with 33 degrees. Up in the North Country, Bill and Sean with 31 and 32 degrees. Jeff in Mohawk with 32. And across Southern Valleys, Mark in Milford 33. Same with Tom and Lawrence and Scott in Evanston with Diane in West Lawrence checking in at 34. Same with Pat in Schnebus. And finally, the warmest temperature in the Southern Valleys, Cooperstown with Stewart, 35 degrees. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We're looking at entirely dry conditions here in central New York this morning, and rainfall chances remaining non-existent for today and the early part of Tuesday. But things turn a bit more unsettled as we head into Tuesday evening. A few spotty rain showers continuing both for the evening and into Wednesday itself. And this is all due to following a cold front. We can see this system pushing out to the east. Beyond that, though, the winds will begin to shift more southerly. And a pretty good wind, if that, bringing in those temperatures tomorrow, even warmer than today. 40s for the highs, the lows down into the 30s with, again, partly cloudy skies to mostly clear skies overnight tonight. Then by tomorrow, temperatures climbing into the 30s by Tuesday morning, 40s and 50s by Tuesday afternoon, approaching near 60 in some spots. But as you can see, a few green areas here. There are a few spotty showers possible. Some of these showers could produce a rumble of thunder or two. But main thing is Wednesday morning, starting out near 50 already, warming up into the upper 50s to as high as the low 60s before things will begin to cool down by Wednesday evening. Now, it'll be fairly quick. Upper 50s, low 60s by 5 p.m., 40s by 6 p.m., then down into the 30s, 20s, eventually teens. This could be a concern for a flash freeze heading into early Thursday morning. We'll follow this as the forecast gets closer and closer. But for today, across central New York, 40s, decreasing clouds tonight. Partly cloudy to mostly clear, lows in the 30s. 7-day forecast, besides Thursday, remaining pretty mild.
Hi, I'm Brandy, and this
is joining us now with a first look at our forecast. And Eric, quite a nice Monday after a very chilly weekend as we watch this wasp coming up.
Yeah, we're looking, where did it go? Okay.
It's coming, it's coming.
Okay, as long as it's out of the way.
Springtime.
Yeah, it's the wasp are here. I mean, spring is around the corner, and it definitely feels like spring today, as there it is flying right there in front of the lights. But yes, we are on the edge of 50 degrees this afternoon. As a matter of fact, a live look outside from our camera on Main Street in Cooperstown. You can see the blue skies and beautiful conditions out there. Very spring-like. 49 officially in Rome, and even cooler as we head down to Hamilton, or warmer I should say, with near 50 degrees, 52 degrees in Binghamton down to the south. And over the next 24 hours, as you can see here, we are around 18 degrees warmer than it was around 24 hours ago. And heading into the next 12 hours, still remaining in the upper 40s to low 50s over the next 2 to 4 hours before cooling down into the 30s by the overnight. And we do warm up again tomorrow, even warmer, a dry start. And then things turn more unsettled with some rain showers Tuesday evening, as well as Wednesday. Then again, as Gary mentioned, a sharp cool down. We'll let you know exactly when that happens straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Pope Francis canceled his appointments today for the second time in 3 days.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back, everyone. This Monday, the final Monday of February, is turning out to be a very spring-like one with temperatures already in the 40s. And taking a live look from our camera on the Nexus Center looking at downtown Utica, we're seeing gorgeous blue skies. And again, those mild conditions in the upper 40s, officially 49 degrees in Griffiths, Rome. A decent west-southwest breeze of 13 miles per hour, keeping things feeling a little cooler. But regardless, we'll take the sunshine. Temperatures, again, across central New York, ranging from the upper 40s to low 50s in the valley to as cool as the upper 30s to low 40s in the North Country as a few clouds have still stuck around up there. Radar, though, is looking entirely quiet, and regarding rain and snow, we are still entering a quiet stretch for the next few days, primarily for today and early tomorrow. You can see right here, Tuesday evening, this is when weather will start to get more unsettled. We're having a warm front moving to central New York. That'll bring with it a chance for a spotty shower or two. These spotty showers will increase in coverage during the overnight hours, but still remaining on the scattered side until Wednesday evening. That's when a strong cold front arrives, bringing some gusty winds and a very sharp cool down very quickly. As you can see here, the wind outlook, breezy the next few days, windy, especially Wednesday night. So heading straight to the Skycast, because for today, again, it's not too bad. In fact, very lovely out with temperatures in the upper 40s, low 50s, and plenty of sunshine. This evening, mostly clear to partly cloudy skies, lows falling into the mid to low 30s. And then for your Tuesday to start out the day, a mild start once more and warming up into the 50s, possibly low 60s in lowest elevations, but still remaining dry until the evening. As you can see here, that warm front moves through and we could see a spotty shower or two, not entirely dry. Then more scattered overnight showers in early Wednesday morning, drying out, approaching near 60 yet again in the Mohawk Valley, but watch the temperatures as this cold front continues to move in. So here comes the rain. Again, with the strong frontal boundary, we could see rumbles of thunder with the rain showers, but 60s in some locations by an hour difference down to 43, down into the 30s and 20s by 1 a.m. Thursday evening and Thursday night, and then down into the teens overnight. This could be a concern for a flash freeze Wednesday evening. We'll continue to follow that as the days get closer. But again, for today across central New York, temperatures in the 40s, near 50s tonight. Lows in the 30s with mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. 7-day forecast. Windy Wednesday, a sharp cool down from the 50s to near 60, down into the teens overnight. And then by the 20s by Thursday with some lingering snow showers. Only temporary, though. We're back into the 40s and 50s by next weekend.
Yeah, glad that Thursday's not Saturday for that heart run.
Yeah, we're dodging a rain shower or two, but it's looking pretty mild.
That's good. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 12:16. Eric Gage joining us now with a first look at the weather in this half hour and a gorgeous shot from downtown Utica. Shot not too long ago, and you can see a lot of people out there walking around, and definitely feels more like the end of March and not February.
Yeah, you're right. Great walking weather right now. Temperatures upper 40s. Already some locations have reached the 50s at this point.
Wow.
Another thing to mention, too, because this happened last week, but we had a report come in of a meteor. So let's take a look at this right here, because there was a meteor reported in primarily Pennsylvania. We got lots of reds and greens streaks on the map. That's the reports of a meteor in the sky. And that little star right here indicates where that location was. And meteor was reported around 6 p.m. Heading into February 21st of last week. However, we had a report come in, even including a video of a possible meteor in Fergusonville near Worcester in Otsego County. And we have a video of this. If you guys seen any of this on the 21st around 3:15, 3:30, 3:45, send us an email. I want to see if we have any more reports of this meteor as it flew through the sky. But again, it was the end of the meteor shower, which ended on the 21st of last week. Oneonta right now, as we're taking a live look right here. Gorgeous blue skies and warmer temperatures in the upper 40s right now, and over the next 12 or so hours remaining on the mild side, cooling down into the low 30s with partly cloudy to mostly clear skies overnight. Warmer weather even is still on the way by tomorrow and Wednesday. Let you know exactly how warm it gets straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A manhunt is underway for an escaped murder suspect in Louisiana.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. This Monday is continuing to be a pretty mild one, very spring-like. with temperatures in the upper 40s, some locations already reaching 50 degrees. And looking behind me, some of the cameras all across central New York reporting entirely blue skies, with the exception of the North Country, as a frontal boundary is currently stationary over that area. But in downtown Utica, a live view right here, gorgeous blue skies, almost completely cloudless. As you can see here, those temperatures are still pretty mild. 50 degrees in Westmoreland, 53 Little Falls, 49 over in Dolgeville. A little cooler up in the North Country, 43 Inlet, 44 in Otter Lake. And to the south, 52 Norwich, 48 Oneonta, and 51 degrees in Cooperstown. And of course, with completely clear skies, blue skies across the board, weather is looking dry. Nothing on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, and we're expected to remain dry for the remainder of today, tonight, and early tomorrow. But tomorrow evening is when things turn a bit on the unsettled side as a warm front moves in from the south, bringing the chance for a spotty shower or two in the evening, becoming more scattered in the overnight hours, and a better chance for rain as we head into Wednesday evening. And with the rain comes the winds too. We've got strong wind gusts Wednesday evening from a strong cold front that will sharply reduce temperatures from as high as, in some spots, the upper 50s, low 60s, down into the 20s, and in some cases teens by early Thursday morning. But for now, our Skycast is showing a bit of a light breeze from the east and west at this point, with temperatures still in the upper 40s, low 50s. Tonight, 30s, mostly clear, partly cloudy skies. Another dry start to your day for tomorrow. Warming up, though, even warmer than today in the upper 50s to, in some spots, the low 60s. But things are no longer more dry as we head into tomorrow night. You can see a few spotty showers here as that warm front moves over our area. Scattered showers overnight into early Wednesday morning. And Wednesday's start, look at this right here, near 50 in a lot of spots at 6 a.m. Feeling very late spring-like, as a matter of fact, and those temperatures continue to climb into the upper 50s, some spots into the low 60s. But then, by Wednesday evening, a few scattered rain showers. Some of these could produce some rumbles of thunder. Look at the temperature difference as we head into Wednesday evening into the overnight. 61 Utica, 43 by the hour past, and then eventually into the 30s, 20s, and then teens by early Thursday morning. So there's a potential for a flash freeze Wednesday night that could produce some slick spots on roadways as the rain washes off the pre-treatment. But for today, across central New York, highs in the upper 40s, low 50s, decreasing clouds, plenty of sunshine tonight. Partly cloudy, lows in the 30s. 7-day forecast, mild, dare I say warm for the next few days, Gary. Not very February-like with 50s near 60. Windy on Wednesday, and then that sharp cool down is temporary, though. We warm back up into the 40s and 50s by next weekend.
Just like the dip we had over the weekend.
Yeah, very quick, very brief.
Yeah.
Here we're back out into the 50s again.
When you dip, we dip.
Yep.
Well, Woods Valley over in Westernville here in on
Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. What a nice day today.
Yes, the sunshine was out. Temperatures are going to continue to warm up. It's going to be a very warm week ahead. Temperatures this afternoon hit 50 degrees, the fourth time that has happened this month. We're sitting at 47, sunshine, and wow, it definitely makes a difference having the sunshine out. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look quiet. The weather looks pretty quiet to start out this week. In fact, we've got more records in jeopardy. We broke 3 of them earlier this month. 2 of them could be tied or broken over the next 2 days. The high temperature tomorrow, the high temperature record is 62 degrees, set back in 2000, and then Wednesday's record high, 60, set back in 1954. Again, both of these could either be tied or broken, just depending on how much sunshine we get on each of those days. This evening, partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the 40s will cool off quickly. But again, it's all about milder weather, at least for the next couple of days. There will be some big changes by Wednesday night. We'll look at the forecasts coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Former President Trump, his adult sons.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Some incredible warmth will be arriving here over the next couple of days. Temperatures are going to feel, it's going to make it feel like the middle of spring. or at least early spring, with highs in the low 60s over the next 2 days. The weather dramatically changes Wednesday night as a strong cold front arrives, and it's going to feel like winter again on Thursday. But even here, it doesn't last. We've got this big swing in temperature, roller coaster temperatures here. And again, what's very unusual is that normally when it does cool down, when we do get these big plunges in temperature, the cold weather settles in and it sticks around for at least a couple of days. But this one doesn't look to be the case. It looks like this cold air is just going to just move right out of here. And so by the time we head towards the weekend, again, it looks to start warming up again. The winds, as you can imagine, with these big swings in temperature, will be picking up. We'll see windy conditions Wednesday and especially Thursday. The winds could be strong enough to go into the damaging category, thinking it may be as high as about 40 to 45 miles an hour. But we'll see how this plays out as we get closer. Live look in downtown Utica, a lovely scene here. Current temperature is 48 degrees, lots of melting snow today. Temperatures do not cool off as quickly. So normally when we get melting snow, we're usually concerned about black ice overnight. Don't think that's going to be the case, at least for most areas, as temperatures do make it down into the low 30s, so it'll take a while to get there. Things look dry across the region tonight. Look at our local temperatures. West Berlin, 49 degrees, 50 in Westernville, Outer Lake, 43, 50 degrees in Little Falls. Across the Southern Valleys, 50 in Cooperstown, as well as Skenevis and Oneonta. Unadilla with 54. As we look at the radar and satellite image, we've got high pressure that's driving this weather pattern, and it's continuing to push winds in from the south, and that's what's going to help drive temperatures to near 60 over the next 2 days. Tonight, we do cool off. Overnight lows drop down into the low 30s. We'll see generally clear skies. Beautiful day tomorrow. It warms up fast. Temperatures will be in the upper 50s here by lunchtime and into the low 60s in the afternoon, a generally dry day. Tomorrow night, increasing clouds, a few light rain showers develop overnight, and then a generally unsettled Wednesday with a few scattered showers, warm but cloudy and windy with high temperatures close to 60 degrees. Wednesday night, a strong cold front arrives, and that looks to bring some big changes in our weather by Thursday. Partly cloudy tonight, low of 32. Tomorrow, near record warmth with temperatures in the low 60s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Breezy on Wednesday, scattered showers. That cold front arrives Wednesday night. It's cold Thursday, windy. Scattered snow showers 27. Looking dry on Friday, 49. And the weather looks excellent this weekend for Heart Run. Should be a beautiful one. A little chilly Saturday morning as always, but it looks tame this year.
Tame is right. I think it was colder when it was held in May.
I think
we have to go back
right.
and look,
Yeah.
but
You could be right. Yeah.
wow, 60s in February.
I'll take that for sure. Hey, it's crunch time at the Utica Zoo. Officials have been back to Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis talking total eclipse.
Yeah, we're 6 weeks away from the April 8th total solar eclipse that'll be taking place in parts of our area. I just want to give you a timeline of what to expect on that date. The eclipse begins at 2:10 in the afternoon. The maximum amount of totality will be right at 3:25. And the northern half of our area, northern Oneida County, northern Herkimer County, will be experiencing a total solar eclipse, where the rest of our area, the Mohawk Valley and the Southern Valleys, it will be about 97 to 99% cover. That is the moon covering the sun. And that takes place at 3:25. The eclipse ends as the moon moves away from the sun by 4:25. As far as cloud cover goes, yeah, we're too far away to give you an idea of that. But we will. It'll be about a week out before we can reasonably give you an idea of whether or not this skies will be cloudy or clear. Even if it's cloudy, it should still be a very interesting event with skies going dark again across the northern half of our area. Temperatures are going to be very mild over the next couple of days. We're looking at highs in the low 60s Tuesday and Wednesday before it gets cold again on Thursday. Dry conditions on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar this evening. A nice one to go for a walk. Temperatures will be in the 40s with mostly clear skies. Tonight's featured dog is Emma from West Winfield. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. Tracking, again, a warm week ahead. A look at the forecasts coming up. Kristen, back to you.
This coming weekend is the 5th
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A mild day today. Temperatures hit 50 degrees in Griffiths and Rome. It was the fourth time we've done that in February. We'll be doing that a couple more times here over the next 2 days. In fact, we have temperature records that could be tied or broken over the next 2 days. We broke 3 of them already this month. And again, 2 more could fall. The ones that we're talking about, tomorrow's record high, 62, set back in 2000. Our forecast high is calling for this to tie tomorrow. Wednesday's record high, 60, set back in 1954. The forecast is calling for a high of 61. So again, both of these records could be tied or broken here, just depending on how cloud cover works out. I think it's going to be pretty close. Here's a look at the temperature trend. I know, kind of dramatic here for results. Looking at temperatures that are going to be way above average. You think about it, the average high for this time of the year is about 36 degrees. We're going to be about 25 degrees above that over the next 2 days. Temperatures will get colder on Thursday before they start to warm up again heading into the weekend. Live look in Old Forge, a temperature of 39 degrees with mostly clear skies. Temperatures tonight do drop down into the low 30s, so we'll fall near or below freezing overnight. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The weather looks dry this evening. Skywatchers checking in. Your neighbors calling or emailing reports. West Lyon 44, Whitesboro, Kirsten with 49 degrees, Micah New Hartford 46, Helen and Cassville 44. Norway, Donna checks in with 44 degrees, Curtis Corners 45, Fairfield, Sandy with 44 degrees, Mark and Milford checking in with 43. The weather patterns continue to favor a strong south wind, and this has been the story all winter long, where we get these consistent long duration thaws, and occasionally they become record breaking. This one once again plays out the same way. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, we're dry tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the low 30s. A beautiful day to be outdoors tomorrow. Sunshine, high temperatures in the low 60s. The weather remains dry tomorrow evening. Rain showers arrive tomorrow night. Wednesday looks unsettled, scattered showers. Temperatures close to 60, and then a strong cold front arrives Wednesday night that brings a substantial drop in temperature. A flash freeze Wednesday night and windy and cold conditions by Thursday. Partly cloudy skies tonight, a low of 32, likely tying tomorrow's record high with a high of 62. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Warm on Wednesday, 61. The breeze kicks in throughout the afternoon. A strong, substantial drop in the temperature Wednesday night as a cold front moves through. It's windy and it's cold on Thursday. Some light snow showers, 27. This cold doesn't last. That's what makes it unusual. We're back to 49 on Friday, into the 50s over the weekend, pushing 60 again, looking ahead to Monday. We'll be right back.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
A warm day today. Temperatures hit 50 degrees. That's the 4th time that that's happened this month. And the next couple of days look to be a lot warmer. Current temperature is 44 degrees at Griffiths and Rome. We've got dry conditions out there this evening. Our weather headlines, again, it's looking like we could break a couple of high temperature records here over the next couple of days, pushing 60 degrees both Tuesday and Wednesday. And then things dramatically change. Wednesday night, a strong cold front arrives. It brings wind, rain, and a significant drop in the temperature, a widespread flash freeze heading into Wednesday night and Thursday morning. Temporarily seeing winter on Thursday, but it doesn't look like it's going to last for very long. Partly cloudy skies this evening, temperatures in the 40s. Again, tracking some big swings in the temperature here this week. A look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Utica police are warning.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Some very warm weather for this time of the year arrives over the next 2 days. Temperature records are in jeopardy. The record high for tomorrow is 62, set back in 2000. We're calling for a high temperature tomorrow afternoon of 62, so we'll be able to tie that if that forecast is correct. Tomorrow, or Wednesday rather, the record high is 60. Set back in 1954. The current forecast calling for a high of 61 on Wednesday. So it's just a matter of how much sunshine we get and how precise these numbers come in. But again, both records at least have the chance of being tied or broken here. We've broken 3 high temperature records earlier in this month. We could add 2 more, just depending on how things play out. Today's high temperature, by the way, went above the forecast. It got up to 50 degrees here. A lot of that has to do with the sun being so strong, just drying things out. This time of the year, the sun can really help boost temperatures up in the afternoons. Breezy conditions tomorrow. The winds are going to be kicking in Wednesday and Thursday. We do have a significant drop in the temperature between Wednesday evening and Thursday morning, and that could cause a flash freeze. More on that coming up in just a second. Live look in downtown Utica. It's nice to see a little bit of twilight here at 10 after 6. The days continue to get longer. We're going to see brighter skies at this time going forward. So we look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The weather looks dry. Our sky watchers, our neighbors checking in with the temperature. Helen and Cassville, 44 degrees. Barneveld, 39. Bill and Old Forge checks in with 42. Across Southern Valleys, Westford, Dave with 48 degrees. We've got a strong south wind that continues to bring warmer temperatures. That's been the story throughout the winter. We get these periods of thaws, and occasionally we catch into record territory. Again, we'll be doing that for the next couple of days. Tonight, looking at mostly clear skies. Overnight lows drop down into the low 30s. Tomorrow, partly sunny skies and warm. Temperatures in the low 60s in the afternoon. Should be a pretty nice day. Tomorrow night, the weather remains mostly cloudy. We do expect a few showers to arrive tomorrow night. And then Wednesday does look unsettled, scattered showers. Wednesday night, a strong cold front arrives. That will bring a significant drop in the temperature, gusty winds, and a flash freeze expected Wednesday night. Partly cloudy skies tonight, low of 32. Tomorrow, 62 for the high, partly sunny skies, very warm day. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Breezy on Wednesday, 61. This big drop in the temperature could make for some icy spots here early Thursday morning. A windy Thursday afternoon, scattered snow showers, 27. But then we're into the 40s on Friday, and we warm up into the 50s heading into the weekend. So big swings in the temperature, but yes, Thursday's going to be very cold.
Thursday, what an odd, I mean, I guess that's the more normal
quite the valley.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, Bill, thank you.
Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6, the best place for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. We're talking records, and it's not like, 30 degrees. You're talking 62 degrees. We could be breaking that tomorrow.
Yeah, we have 2 records on the table. Tomorrow, Wednesday, both high temperature records. The daily high temperature record tomorrow, 62 in 2000. On Wednesday, 60, 1954. We could either tie or break both of them if we get enough sunshine. We've already broken 3 high temperature records already this month of February. And again, we're going to continue to see that be the case. By the way, we're going Powerball tonight. This is a look at the temperatures here over the next several days. Yeah, they're going to be all over the place. The one in particular, 27, that's the high temperature on Thursday. Lots of fluctuations in the temperature going forward. Again, that Thursday one is going to be quite the shocker. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look pretty quiet across the area. Our temperature has settled back to 29 degrees. We'll stay in the upper 20s here as we head into tonight with partly cloudy skies. Tracking against a very warm weather ahead. A look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Oneida County Court Judge.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. The big story tonight, the crazy temperatures that we're going to be experiencing here throughout the week. A lot more warm weather than cold weather, but we do make one big plunge between Wednesday and Thursday as we go ahead and take a look at the roller coaster ride here. Wednesday's high 61, Thursday's high 27. We're down to 19 by Thursday morning, though, so this plunge is actually more dramatic than it looks. That swing in temperature is part of a cold front that arrives Wednesday night. That's the big weather maker this week. Strong wind, locally heavy rain and a flash freeze. As that temperature drops Wednesday night, things could turn very icy here and very slippery heading into Thursday morning. Live look in downtown Utica, the temperature sits at 33 degrees, and that's about as far as we'll fall tonight. The clear sky is helping to cool things off, even though it's been a pretty warm day. So you look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, the weather looks dry across the region, and again, temperatures continue to cool off. As we look at the bigger picture, clear skies over central New York, we are tracking a strong south wind that has once again entrenched itself in central New York and is going to help push in some record high temperatures here as we head throughout the next couple of days. I think we'll be pushing 60 degrees or warmer over the next 2 days. Tonight, mostly clear skies. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s to low 30s. We'll see sunshine tomorrow, and it warms up really fast. We go from 30s to low 60s here in the afternoon, and it should be a wonderful day. Sunshine, bit of a breeze, and again, feeling more like early May rather than late February. Heading into tomorrow night, clouds, a few scattered showers. Wednesday looks warm, but just not quite as nice. I think we'll have a little bit less sunshine and a chance for a couple of showers. Wednesday night, here comes that cold front approaching from the west. And again, this one comes barreling through with wind, rain, and that sharp drop in temperature with a widespread flash freeze expected Wednesday night. Partly cloudy tonight, low of 32. Tomorrow, near record warmth with temperatures in the low 60s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Again, Wednesday night into Thursday, a high impact cold front. Windy on Thursday, some light snow showers, 27. The weather warms up. We're up to 49 on Friday. We're back into the 50s as we get into Heart Run and Walk weekend. Close to 60 looking ahead to Monday. We'll be right back.
Forecast, we bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Boy, some happy news. Record-breaking possibilities here.
Yeah, it's going to be very warm over the next 2 days, and the record high temperatures for tomorrow and Wednesday could be tied or broken. These are set back in 2000 for tomorrow, 62 degrees, and then 60 degrees is set back in 1954. We already broke 3 high temperature records this month, so we could end up breaking 2 more. In fact, the weather, the high temperatures are going to be like Powerball numbers here over the next couple of days. Take a look at the numbers. 62 for the high tomorrow, 61 on Wednesday, 27 Thursday, 49 Friday, and the Powerball number of 52 as we head into Saturday. So again, big swings in the temperature also mean we're going to have a lot of weather, especially Thursday. That's when a strong cold front arrives. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look quiet across the region. Temperature-wise, hey, we made it down to 29 degrees at Griffiths and Rome, and that's where temperatures will stay overnight into the upper 20s to low 30s. Tracking much warmer weather as we get into tomorrow. We'll look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Oneida County Court.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Get ready to ride the roller coaster. We're climbing the ranks here, and we're climbing uphill over the next 2 days. The high temperature tomorrow will be in the low 60s, and it looks to be the case on Wednesday. And then an Arctic front comes sweeping through, and we take the plunge down into the upper 20s by Thursday. This is actually a more dramatic drop than what's shown because we drop down into the upper teens between Wednesday night and Thursday morning. So we will start out colder. The high temperature Thursday afternoon looks to be 27. And it's this big dramatic change in the temperature between Wednesday night and Thursday that's going to cause a lot of weather, a lot of wind. The biggest concern, though, is a widespread severe flash freeze. That's when standing water freezes as temperatures plunge below freezing. That looks to be taking place around 10 to 11 o'clock Wednesday evening. And with rain arriving, I think it's going to be hard to keep the roads in shape, treating the roads, because the rain arrives first, washes away any salt, and then the drop in temperature arrives here. So it could be a little icy Wednesday night into early Thursday. Live look in downtown Utica, temperature of 33 degrees. We have cooled off after our high earlier today of 51. Weather looks dry on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A strong south wind kicks in, and that's going to help temperatures climb into the 60s tomorrow. It's been that type of winter where we have been generally getting these prolonged thaws, and sometimes we get these really intense warm-ups, and again, that's what we're going to be seeing over the next couple of days. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s. Tomorrow, beautiful day, another day to get outside, open up the windows, get some fresh air. Temperatures look to climb into the low 60s. The weather turns unsettled tomorrow night, clouds, a few showers, overnight lows in the mid-40s. Then Wednesday, unsettled but warm. The winds kick up. High temperatures climb into the low 60s. Here comes that cold front Wednesday evening that I was talking about. Big drop in the temperature to follow. Some pretty intense rain, and temperatures drop down into the teens as we head into Thursday morning. Partly cloudy tonight, low of 32. Tomorrow, 62 for the high. Very warm day. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Breezy on Wednesday, 61. Thursday, much colder, 27. Lake effect snow showers. Friday looks dry, sunshine. We climb back into the 50s over the weekend. For Heart Run, should be a nice one, pushing the upper 50s by Monday. We'll be right back.